to show a little bit of my team running dribble drive and Walberg, and then maybe one of Vance's teams running it. So I got that video too. So about me, I'm been a varsity head coach for 19 years, coaching since I was 21. So 23, 24 years coaching high school basketball. Been running dribble drive and Walberg Press off and on since 2008. I've ran it with half court man and matchup zones. Guys that have influenced me are Vance, a high school coach out here in California, John Jordan, Greg Campy, Eric Bridgeland, Kurt, Mike Neighbors, Ed Maddock, and Doug Novak. Stolen either drills, ideas, sets, ways of teaching it, all from those people. Other resources that I have, I did a clinic on my system basketball clinics in July on the Walberg Press, where I broke it down how to implement, where I did it about a 2-hour clinic on it. Also, some of you guys are in it. We're doing an A to Z course. And then I also have had since 2012 my high school DEM ebook out. So those are some resources of mine over the years. Okay, so let's get to some game film here.
All right, we're having some fun now. Saints took in 2009 in the first round. Of course, went to Philadelphia.
All right, I chose this game because we pressed quite a bit and we ran the dribble drive fairly well in this game. So we got our kick up, kick back. We look like we're weaving at the moment. Did a great job of penetrating. We did not relocate, but we got it. So now we're running a 2-2-1. We vary whether we're going to take the inbounder away after the first entry pass. So that's the tempo we want. If we can get them to take quick shots, that's the way I like to play with it. So now we're just in transition here. Plays off 2 feet. A quick little 4-0 run here. So this was, so you guys have an idea, this is only my second season running it. So this film's from way back in 2009. This team went 23-8. That's great. So 6-0. Forced a turnover and 3 layups. Only one kid from this team played college basketball. Number 15, the lanky 6'3" kid. What's fascinating is my 2 best seasons I've ever coached, my 5-men were either 6'3" and 6'5" and can handle the basketball. When I say 5-man, that's my trailer for guys that are not fully dribble drive that might be in here right now. So we do play zone. We'll Walberg back to zone. I'll mix it up. I use another defense occasionally that I got from, and I didn't put his name in there. He is an influence, Dan Ninham, coached in Minnesota. He's no longer a high school coach. That ran a 2-3 trapping half court, quarter court, 3/4 court with different various degrees of trapping. So I've mixed that in with my arsenal. So right now we're in our zone. We'll live with that shot. So this is second year of this stuff, and we did a lot of things wrong. I decided to show you some from my earlier years, but this was one of my best teams running it because we had an attack mentality. We didn't think three first. Some of my other teams thought three ball too much, and this team was really good because of the amount of free throws we attempted, because of our attack mentality. Fully with this team, I had a key or three mentality. We did not shoot pull-ups. That's how diehard I was into Walberg. Craig, at this infancy, some majority of the time I'm calling it. Question was sent to me, is my five-man making the cuts as a read, or was I calling them? So this is the type of helter-skelter that you're going to get when you press with it. It's not going to look pretty. You'll see with us, we're probably not really making a call unless the referee blows his whistle. Okay. If you guys got a question or something, it's easiest if you unmute yourself because it's hard for me to watch the chat, and that is a set for us. So that's an old school set. If you want to look at that, that's just basically UCLA cut the ball screen, run the guy, the passer off the weak side. Old school two-man game, UCLA cut into a ball screen. When I brought this player in off the bench, he's about 6'5", 275. We wanted to get him the ball. So we would run. So there's a set, UCLA cut, ball screen, roll him. My player made a nice throw it up, let him go get it. He has probably a 1-inch vertical, but he could use his body. And we are pressing make or miss with 6'5", 270. So it can be done. You're gonna miss layups. If you're in your infancy, it's ugly. So here's my 2-3 scramble defense that we'll throw in. It speeds it up, but you leave the basket empty when you do it like that. You give up offensive boards sometimes. But if you're small, okay, we're getting pressed. We scored, didn't see it. Okay, so gone to my bench. I think I'm 8 deep right now. So I've played 8 guys in 3.5 minutes.
Mark, at some point you should talk to them about how far up you want your 2 front guys and where you want your next line guys.
Yeah,
just so they can understand where you're spacing it.
On the press?
Yes, yes. I think you got to break that down.
Okay. No problem. Can you guys in the chat let me know how many guys are interested more in the press tonight or the dribble drive, or both, so I have an idea of what to kind of talk about?
Press.
The press, okay. All right. Okay. Next time we're in the press, I'll show you alignments of it and what we're trying to accomplish.
Play both, coach.
Who is that, Aaron?
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. Thanks. Where are you from, Coach?
I'm located in Florida.
Okay. First time joining us, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
No problem, man. I just didn't recognize the name, that's all. You're all good. Okay, so they're playing a little bit of a zone here, or pat, yeah. So, okay, so call it on the side. All right. So we run this play to death. You already saw it once. So that's our side. I mean, we're simple. Okay. So our press is 2-2-1 in nature. So we got front row here. Middle row should be, they retreated too much. So let's draw. So he should be like right here right now. He should be in the middle. They're good right now where they are. One person should be ball pressure. Other one should be gapped. If this pass gets thrown here, we're not going to have this player come and jump this. It's not vertical enough for us. So, all right, so let's see what they do. Okay, we're good. I'd like him to be up more in this area so that if he does, now this guy's starting to accelerate up, I'd like him to be splitting these two players and be more in the middle. This player's butt should be turned towards the sideline so he can see over across midcourt the guy behind him. They're both too flat. Their butts are to the baseline. Their butts should be to the logo or the sideline. I usually like their butts to the logo. Okay. Thrown. I hate this. So it was a lobby loopy pass. If they were in their spots, that ball should have been stolen. Okay. Ball went to the middle. Middle kills you usually. Okay. We broke it with two players, their pressure. Okay. So now the roll, so this guy's job is to make a turn and get a turn. Four should be chasing. He's putting it on the floor. This other player, not the big, should be down the sideline taking. And 24 should be, we're not in correct positions at the moment. We get blown by. 15 should not come up. Let's see if he does. He'll call us for a hand check. Okay, it's going to happen. Okay, now we're in our zone. This is going to be a zone action here, I think, where we go jump the ball or something. I think we're going to go jump him. No, we decided not to. We just went back in the zone for this possession, give him a different look. So they got three guys. We talked about this in pressure course the other night. They have three and it's a dead ball. So we went with two guys. And now three should clear out or sit middle. Yeah, we decided because there was zone. Theirs is more zone pressure. Okay. See, we're in it and misses too. So now closest man should take it and the next guy should adjust. The only person that's assigned is the post here in the middle of the floor. He needs to get back. So we're in it. We're chasing. Now this player should probably be more here, not to just allow this lag pass to be made, but I don't mind it because that back pass isn't really going to kill us. That's the shots that we want them to take against the press, those 8-foot floaters against high hands. We don't want to give up rhythm threes and layups at the rim. We want to make them shoot 12. We want to make them shoot 8 feet to 18 feet shots. Okay, no press. So this is going to be a call. And I have it muted. So this is probably just going to be a through or a loop because I got it in my playmaker's hands. Yep, just a loop. And that was weird. He did something I hate, but it works out. So you're supposed to attack the big side, and he rejects it because he doesn't like going left too much. 3 here is a little too high for my liking. He should be more in the corner. The post is in good shape, but butt should be down with hands. So it was like they did a little loop. Both guys went with him, and he gives it, and he had a 3, but now he has a bad closeout. 21 should be relocating. He looks like he's maybe setting a screen for my 3-man in the corner here. So penetration, long closeout. We continue the drive, jump stop, another kick. So we got multiple possessions. I like that possession. We could have shot the 3. He could have shot the pull-up, but he elected to get a better shot for somebody else. He was the better shooter, though. That kid that passed the basketball shot 41% from 3. And sizes, guys. I mean, this is a 2,200 student body school that has never played this well. And the size of my kids are, the guards are 5'8", 5'8" to 5'10". 15 is 6'5", and the 2 post kids are 6'5". Everybody else is 6 feet and under. So we're not huge at all. And this is a Crossroads, who we're playing, is where Baron Davis went to school. It's not the same Crossroads back then, though. Okay. Just straight, trying to flow. Nice cut. These kids just got it. We had ran flex, and it fit their mentality. They were tough kids. If you don't, you got to have a tough mentality. I'm going to harp on that. So it's the basic zone, screen across, roll, step to the corner. So kick. Okay. There's a drift. Get called for a charge, but that's our action. He went baseline. We looked to hit the drift. So they really understood the concepts well. Not a lot of athleticism, not a lot of talent. Okay, so we didn't press again here. Took it off for a second. If we get in foul trouble, I take it off. We got a lot of questions. It looks like maybe. Okay. But with our half court stuff, we can do Walberg press stuff out of the half court, which is just kind of, if they're in the outer thirds of the court, we look to trap them and elevate up for steals. This is our flat calls. So we're supposed to be trapping the wing there, and we didn't do a very good job. So we had one guy doing his job and everybody else not understanding it. So we gave up a layup. Kick back. Push. They're in zone. So that's push. You'll see that later in the week. That was traditional push. Oh, I moved it back too far, sorry. Okay. I'll show you the press. Here's the press. Okay. The ball goes there. It's 9-1-1 situation. Break down a film so you understand. If that happens to you, you get bad beat middle. This player should have retreated to the umbrella zone right here. He's up this sideline, and he's basket. And then these two players should be trailing from behind Wolfen. It's okay because we're getting pace. It's not always about containing and stealing, depending on your philosophy. You don't want to give up layups. You don't want to give up rhythm threes. And you want to make the other team uncomfortable and play faster than they're used to. And use a wear down factor. That's the whole theory of combining your dribble drive with the press. It's the attack mentality on both. Okay. So it looked like we were going to be in deep crap there, and they just threw the ball out of the gym. Okay, so another dead ball situation. So we're going to do a triple cut here, or probably just open up our gaps. We were pretty basic and vanilla. So here I got it to him, and I made point guard bring it up. Oop. So they ran at us, and he made a nice read to stop and not leave him in a lurch. That situation, we would have been in deep crap. Okay, here's the press for you again. Four's doing a better job of finding bodies, not just guarding an area. So that should be a vertical trap. That's exactly where you want him to throw the ball or get the ball. They were in deep crap that whole possession because they threw it. Those just drive me nuts as a coach. You turn them over and then you throw it right back to them. So but that's the end of quarter. So 17-13 or something like that. This team averaged 72 points. Kind of a matchup. That's bad footwork. That's all skill development stuff that you can fix. So here's the press again. Okay. They switch roles there because he passed out of it. So they're doing a great job of containing in the backcourt. Okay, not so upset here. It's a tough layup for them. Scrap. Okay, we just went 1 to 5. That kid's killing me. I remember that's why as the season progressed, he didn't play as much. I'm going to take a break from here in a second, look at chat and answer questions. Baseline drive. So here's why I do not like baseline drives on the 3 side. And this is a Walberg rule. Is we kick ahead to our in the corner and we go baseline drive to a left-handed player. Okay, we broke it with 3 players here. Okay. Our post probably is open to give him the ball and he has a drop step layup, but we don't make that read. So our post is strong side. Our point guard should fill out opposite in this situation because he's already occupying the corner. So he goes baseline and watch. We have no drift, or the drift is not, okay? Let's see if we could see it. He tries to make this pass, which most kids will, with his right hand. And that's right into the trail defender. So if you're playing defense, you want him to go. So he tries to make it with his right hand. They deflect it and steal it. I do not like driving baseline on the 3 side. So that one for us should be, if he doesn't shoot it, up and then over. Throw it back up and then over and then begin your action. He stopped ball. We're in our missed shot press. We got a turnover. We send 4 guys to the glass. The shooter's the only one that does not rebound on 3-point shots. Kick back. They're just switching the action, so we're struggling with it, bumping and grinding. We weren't very good at understanding through cuts after we do a loop cut, which tomorrow night we'll be going over some of that more advanced stuff, or not advanced stuff, but some techniques to help with switching. It's common for people to just zone you up top. So you got to be able to know how to move that switch guy or the pack guy. We're going over all that stuff. So he tried to drive it. We're looking like Memphis right now the other night. They're just packing us, and we're not having a very good answer back in 2009. This was only my 2nd year running it, so I was infancy in running it too. So I will tell you, pack line is the one that probably gives dribble drive teams the most problems. It can be beat though. Anything can be beat. Okay, we'll live with that shot. They shot an 8-foot off-balance floater. Okay. We're just jacking shots. I got kids that shouldn't be shooting the ball. This early on in the season, I know Kurt talks about this, I kind of let guys just jack. As we start moving along and season progresses and I start looking at game-proven statistics, then we reeled in who could take quick threes. To me, it's considered a quick 3. It didn't really come off paint touch first. And we weren't very good at running streak. Streak's an option after you've had 3 or 4 bad possessions in a row, where you keep running your offense till your best 2 players get the ball. So 15, there's another kick ahead. We were too dribbly a lot. We didn't do a lot of passing, cutting. This kid could shoot the snot out of the ball. He shot that just missed it, 42% on the season. He made 102 threes. At 5'8". America's play out of bounds. Okay, still got there against a gap pressure. So if you have special players, so now this is where we get it good. When I have my length guy up front, if you can move them around, that's why this team was good. All four of my players that played a lot could morph. They could play front row or middle row. So we're back into the zone. Played a lot of the zone when 30 was in the game because he didn't move very well. But I liked what he brought us for a rim protector, big body. Right here, we're trying to throw it to him. See, he averaged about 10 a game, playing about 16 minutes. And this is a good job. Another turnover because we forced him up. There wasn't a lot of pressure there. He's just harassing him and getting a turn. That is his job. It's a basic run 2 to the corner. Oh, he didn't do it. So they're in a zone against us. So we're standing 4 out with it. We're not recognizing it yet. But we got our ball movement. We all crashed. All 4 players crashed, and that's 5'10" getting an offensive rebound. Don't matter how big you are, okay? High hands. It's okay. We're back in. We're going 10 should be pushing. Not playing at the fake handoff. See, we're still running dribble drive against the zone. Okay. Watch a few more possessions, and I'm going to take some questions, and then I'll probably show a little bit of a Vance coach team, so you can see 2019 version of Vance back in high school at the speed and athleticism that he has compared to what I have. 5-second count, probably quick. All right. So they've played us man, they've played us zone, they've packed it. So you're seeing a little bit of everything against us tonight too. So it's 23-23. Just going to our traditional high-low here. Good cut. We take our 5-man and run them to the nail. I mean, we've missed so many chippies in this game. We're down 4. Good skip. get to the lane. Okay. What I like about them is we just get the ball and we play. We don't let it bother us because it's the mentality of the pressing. We're going to know we're going to give up points, but we're going to go shove it down your throat if you try to press us. Press attack instead of press break. Press attack instead of press break. Now, this is when we were great. Him trying to get into LeBron mode. Okay. Baseline drive again. Left-handed drift pass. Now we got him in dominoes. We got him all moving around. Wet. Great possession. So we pushed it. We reversed it. We baseline drived an empty corner. Left-hand drift. Up. One more skip. Hits the guy that hit the drift. So it's a great, not a lot of penetration, but ball movement and concepts. So I like playing this way. We struggle, and maybe it's an execution thing on my part, but I think at the high school level, if you try to play 5-on-5, grind out every possession, your points per possession are going to be low. You got to find ways for your defense to get you easy hoops. You got to get out and run a little bit and get easy hoops. And obviously you got to be able to execute in the half court and in special situations. OBs. Let's advance this. This half's almost over. Let's just show a half, then I'll take questions. Go. Okay, so we do this a lot. We bring it up on this side. Come on, cameraman. We missed it. So we must have scored, I think. Yeah, we hit a 3. So we're back in our press. So we were down 27-23 with 2.5 left. And it's 31-28 now. Us. So we've gone on an 8 to 1 run to close out quarters. You are going to foul a lot. That's why I think to make and miss press, you need 11 players that you can play. 3 posts and 8 guards. And it's not equal minutes, but if you're going to do this, so another good look for him. So this was a call. This was our transition. We run them off, almost a Grinnell type play, run them off staggered. The free throw was our free throw thing that we try to get him a quick shot. Sorry, my cameraman, high school kids. 1-2-2 we're going against here. Playing last shot. Ran push. Boom. Okay, so we went on a 11-2 run to close. Yeah, I like to seal, Sam. I mean, if you have a post, there's lots of things you can do. Greg Campy's the best. It's personnel driven. If you don't like it or the kid's small, then obviously you just tell them to get opposite. But anytime they're helping in the lane, you can seal on a skip. That's good stuff. Okay. What other questions we got? Does push create similar action as drop 2? Push call is a zone thing, and you're just trying to create a 3-on-2 on the weak side. It's Walberg staple, and the push action originates from, you can make a drop out of it. First action is you dribble you dribble to the wing and the player cuts back door. So if they're open, you hit them. If not, you look to swing it and he's coming out the other corner and your post is screening. So we run push action a lot to determine whether a team is in man or zone, because the player moves. If they're chasing, they're probably in man. If they're just trading it off, they're in some sort of matchup or zone. So, any other questions for me? Any press questions? Let me look back up here. Okay. All right. So Vance's team's in white. You're going to probably see both teams running dribble drive and pressing here. So make or miss, they're in it. There's your chase down into a trap situation, but they let that pass go. Kick back, there it is. Oh. Three's pretty good. I think he's a D1 player, not positive though. Yeah, there's a kick ahead. Yeah. Straight into their press. Did a great job of making them catch it corner. Okay, elevate it up. A little more athleticism with my team. Go. Violation. You just get easy shots. Team in red just keeps running to the corner to catch the inbound pass. You gotta, as a pressing coach, you got to love when they do that. Again, catching it 80 feet from the basket, making life. Hey, they're going to jump in now. And now it's keep the ball on one side if he can. He's going to try to keep it. There he goes. Playing out of transition. Chase right in. Those are tough shots. The kid made a 5-footer being rode the whole way. So fatigue will set in if that's the case. Wide open, kick corner 3. Off just transition kick, running and playing. You're not going to see a lot of walking it up and playing 5-on-5. Vance's teams can do it. Good teams can do it both ways. Just my opinion, you're going to struggle if you're just trying to grind it and play one stop, play quick one way. Mike Neighbors is really good at doing the pack line and dribble drive. If that's what you want to do, I'd studied Arkansas coach, women's side. There's nice. Okay. Teaching point on this. They're not really spaced correctly. You don't have a 2-corner. You don't have it correct. But watch the middle penetration and watch the kid's timing as he's catching it and going downhill. Okay, even if this is a switch, so they got an empty corner. So they ran their transition to a 2-side. See, on the catch, post players should be sitting and sealing and wanting the ball because this probably should be a drop off. He's open. Throw your hand up, throw the lob. So now he should probably just miss it on purpose. 33 was in position, just didn't get it. That's a traditional DDM kickback possession. Okay, all the players are in front of him. So in this situation, I would teach rim run for him. I would get this guy to just clear out or clear and go here and let him have the whole side to operate. Right there, you got 2 guys in the same spot. They're not running their lanes very well, so they need to be, they're clogging this ball handler. So there has to be a couple things. If this is the case, he should either cut, or if I'm this guy, I might be throwing it to this guy and then just cutting. And then letting him play big gaps in transition. Me and Kurt did a how to flow Zoom, and that's on the YouTube channel for the resources that I'll show you at the end to stay connected and stuff. So that's another couple things that we've done. Those are some other resources, some free resources too. See, he did end up throwing it to him, and it created the gap. But I usually like, if they're ahead of the ball, your 5-man, I usually like to just have them cut. Let the player with the ball play. Or come back and set a ball screen, a drag in transition. We'll do that too. See, they're 1 guard front. So this is their post action. Run that for him, just a little hand back. Nice move. Tough shot. Baseline left-hand drive, got called either for a travel or stepping out of bounds, not sure. So all those possessions was only 4 minutes. Little ball screen. That was an ATO or a dead ball. Not necessarily ATO, that's a referee handle set that he'll run. This is what a game will look like. It gets crazy. Not good finish. C cut. So ball in there. So he decided cut, and now he 1 pass cut, create the triple gap, get a downhill drive, make the corner man make a decision. This is Staples, guys. So he passed it. He's not really cutting hard, but you can see the spacing. Guy doesn't see ball. Defense is in poor position. Kurt, if you want to elaborate on this clip, go ahead too.
I'm just surprised how many bad shots Vance is letting them shoot.
Yeah,
I'm shocked out of my mind because I sat in the Pepperdine practice and watched him absolutely berate people for those shots.
He's changed. He's changed.
It's mind-boggling.
I think he's what's the correct word without softened?
And guys, I'm not trying to be, it's blowing me away because I've known Vance.
He doesn't allow this stuff.
It's a 1 foot floater, which is about a 28% shot with no defense. And they had 2 guys in a row shoot it with 6 hands, in their face. And then, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kurt. We're going to talk about this, but they have 4 guys along the baseline. You see how they flatten the defense? That's what happens great for switching and pack line teams. But this team's pressuring them. You're going to get a lot of dead corner threes. Pressing wise, if you have teams play against you and do this, you gotta love it. He's 82 feet from the rim. He runs to the ball handler. And they have 3 guys in the backcourt below the free throw line. Makes it really easy to press if this guy gets out of the way. See, look where their middle row guy is. They got 3 defenders inside the 3-point line because you have 3 inside the 3-point line. There's no deep threats. There's 2 deep threats. Okay? So now he's doing his job. He's forcing the ball down the sideline, and he wants to get a turn. Let's see if he beats him to the spot. Guy hesitated on him. So are they going to get it? Or what's going to happen? They're going to let him turn the middle. They let him turn, and he never got ahead of him to create that turn to set up the trap. And they end up calling a hand check writing foul that they could have called 47 feet ago. But they wait till the kid gets to the rim. Okay, that's not allowed for Vance either. He let him out of the corner. Kick up. Okay, let's take a look at this. Face guarding. So what I like, it usually has to be a set. What I would like to see, this is their best player. Something that you can do when we went over this the other night is you could take Princeton aspects. You can go handoff there and have him dribble, stop, cut that kid back door. So you have a bounce pass. If this player helps, elevate them, kick 3. Because this is their best player and they're playing no help. So he's doing a good job here. Let's see if he gets let's see what type of paint, what he gets. Now he got leveled off. So this could be a drop or a kick up. So he decided to go drop. But the 4-man does not flash. See, he ducked in. And this player, the 5, is too low. In this action, he should be keeping his guy high and wide out. I want to almost say a little bit below this yellow line. So that when this flash comes and he hits him, you got the give and go. But this is, he did flash. But look, 3 is a little low. Do we hit it? He missed him because his back's turned. His back's turned to the rim. Pressure makes you poop your pants. So the pressure made him turn his back. So his player was not playing with his shoulders to the rim. He gets him. 3 ends up cutting through, so we're not able to hit the backdoor cut. See how 3 cut? He made a read, but that screws up this give and go. I'm maybe nitpicking, but now he plays it one-on-one and takes a terrible shot. But so there's 15 on the shot clock. Let's get out of this. So he runs a 1-4 low. He'll elevate. Oh, no. Goaltending. Oh, it's a unique set. Let's see. He empties, lifts him, empties the block, lift him into a kick-up spot, get it downhill. Like it. A little quick hitter. Good job. Okay, this should be vertical trap right here. Okay, so right here is where you want them to throw. So in this situation, if you get people to throw it here, this player comes and traps. This player is going to come here. The opposite guy will be here. So you draw, you form, you got midline here, you got here, and this post player, if they end up throwing it down the sideline, would have to go. But you're not allowing this pass, you're not allowing this pass, and he's reading this and this sideline based upon shoulders. If he turns his shoulders and faces the sideline, he's going to go. If his shoulders are faced like that, he's going to be more looking. The pass that you want them to throw, if they're going to get away with any of them, is a long loopy pass here. You don't want it to go here, and you don't want it to go there. And this guy, as soon as he's turned and squares, should be able to read this and take it. If it goes down this sideline, he would give a cushion. This player would trap. The other player would card the elbow, and this player, so you would adjust your trap. So this player over here in the middle would now be the rim protector as he goes out. I covered all this stuff and my 2-2-1 thing, and there's lots of, on my site too, I'm an affiliate for Championship Productions. He has a great video on it too. So, and there's other stuff out there on it, but okay, so let me clear the annotates. And let's roll it. See what ends up happening out of the possession. Okay, see, they just let it go back. These kids, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Vance would call him a lagger. Somebody's in the back court not hustling back. He doesn't need to be in the back court. The ball's in the front court. So if the ball goes in the back court, it's a violation. See, he lagged. He allowed that pass. This kid should be there. He should be here. And they're all in good position. But they let the ball go to the middle, and they didn't let it. Those guys were open, and he still threw the ball out of the gym. Kids will just throw the ball out of the gym. Okay, so we're going. Okay, so this is they're going to do a blur, bring their elbow guy up. So this is a little bit of Princeton action. So this is their play guy, so he wants to get them back the ball in a 2-man. Ooh, nice back cut. And then he went DHO, set up another back door. So that's some advanced DDM stuff we'll be going over as well. in a week or so here, using how to incorporate your post man that's talented and put him into a Draymond Green role. And get into more of a 5-out-ish with it. Okay. Why was that a turnover? Let's see. Oh, geez. I went way too far back. Okay. So look at this. We got 3 guys on the same side. They still got to drop to a tee-up. Bad spacing. Still did the principles of dropping and going back door. Still got the action. Okay. C cut that we showed the other night. Hit him. Okay. So C cut. This is what I want to watch. I want to hit the pause. So we go across the street. Baseline drive. Postman should be here, guys. This is why it doesn't work. This is why this play is a turnover. Postman should be right here in the tee up. Now it's up to you. This kid could probably cut if he needed to, but majority of the time he should be spaced here. This guy gets open here, and then somebody should be filling behind the driver. That's the principles of the transition, of playing out of transition for you. Clear all drawing. So let's see when he makes this pass. So awfully tough drop-off pass. So if he was where he was supposed to be, that would have probably been completed. But again, he drove baseline and tried to throw a left-hand pass on the 3 side. So you've seen 3 occasions or 4 occasions when someone's drove on that side, and 3 of them were turnovers. There's the trap. High hands, high hands. 3 guys on the ball. That's a no-no. But so the kid, and this is what amazes me of kids. Watch the shot that he takes. Either because of his shooting ability or whatever. That should be, see, to me, that's a jumper. Now the guy's coming, meets him on the outside, and he takes that 28% shot that you want to make him take. No backboard. What is that, about 8 foot? He's being guarded by a 5'8" kid with his hands down, not even up. Off balance, called a block. Bailed him out. I think Vance is probably saying the same thing, but with more colorful language. Okay. Looks like some DHO here. Push action. I think maybe just to tilt the core and get their good player in a one-on-one situation. Yep. Out. Drop 4. Drop 4. We win drop 4 wide series right here. So now they're going to play 2-man game. Instead of him cutting, he's going to come back for a handoff. That's a That's probably a call by Vance. The drop 4 wide series that we showed on our DDM course the other night. He's playing his best player in the point guard role right now because the little guy with speed is out. Top of the key that Kurt talks about. Good place to get the catch, and he is off wide. He passed and he cut through like a jet cut. I hate that pass, guys. This pass is okay, so they go up, send them through, drag zone. Okay. What I don't like with where they're at is they have nobody behind him, and 2 is not in the window. So 2 should be over here. This guy probably should be here, but that's okay. They were designing it. Now watch the loopy, crappy pass that he throws. Okay, that does you nothing. This kid, in my opinion, plays it wrong. He should almost, if he can't steal it, he allows it go and gets high shoulder and just pins it. And now your offense is stuck. When you're in this area, you should be looking post and opposite. If I'm teaching it, and then this guy should be more up here in this area for a direct line pass. So that if he passes or if he helps, I just think I hate this pass. It bogs down. He still got to the middle because the defense is terrible. Okay, now he picks it up in the drop zone. We go flash. We're good. Now we're flowing. Now they got an empty corner so we can go baseline drive. Okay. 3 players on him. He gets bailed out. That's terrible defense. Why would you foul a kid with 6 arms? But the attack mentality is there. So hope you got something on that clip there. Okay. So 10's back in, so their press will ramp up again. 10's the guy that kind of stirs the drink for them. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Left-hand cross court pass. Your deep guy is terrible here. He should be in the screen. Your teaser should be right here where my arrow is, and that pass does not happen. He should be right here. See, he's at the rim. What does he need to be guarding the rim for? The guy's running, and he had to throw a left-hand cross-court pass. They still threw it, and basically almost threw it away. Okay. Turnovers. Out of speed, dribbled him up, got him going. He forced the dribble. Every time they've forced them to dribble, it seems like they've forced them into terrible decisions. Okay, there's a kickback. Okay. Usual rule, guys, like we tell you, is kickback. Now, I don't know if Vance is telling this guy every time he throws it to come get it back in that situation, what he's teaching, but 90% of the time he should cut straight to that 3 corner, and that opens up a gap. They're a little flat with this action. See how he backed? When you pass, you don't make a negative step. He should have cut to the rim, take his man away. And now it's trying to split 2 guys. Turnover. Vance would tell them, if you've ever watched his video, that he just tried to go in the NFG. It's the no friggin' gap. So when you're watching the game film with your players on this stuff, that's what you go look at is concepts. Are we playing within the concepts? Again, they're too conservative with the press. These guys should be elevated. These guys work their tail off, and this middle row should be taking this pass away. The pass that should be open is this one furthest from the ball, not the one right here in the middle of the floor. Because now what happens is, goes to him. Oh, he stayed. He did a good job. If he would have came up, it's a one more pass to the corner, and you're in a 2-on-1 situation on the weak side because they didn't do their job. So he baited, he stayed, and let them recover because it was probably far enough out. They're playing a little bit more conservative than he's played in the past. Doesn't look like he's trying to play it to turn them over. And he's playing it to play pace. Okay, what do we got here? 1-4 flat or a stack. We got a stack. Lefty point guard like Kurt talks about. There's a drop action. All right. So let's stop that. Okay. So there's two different levels of basketball there. There's a lot of athleticism, and then my team that wasn't very athletic, and we were still able to get to the paint and play. But I wanted to give you guys tonight a feel of Vance's teams with it, since we talk about them a lot. If you've never, let me know in the chat if you've ever seen a coach, seen his Clovis West team play, or if that's the first time you've seen his team play. So let me do this for the guys that are staying on the call tonight before I take any more questions or look up questions here. Let me give you a bonus here, because this is an unlisted link on YouTube. I don't have it public. I don't want Vance mad at me. Okay. There's the game I was watching. So if you want to bookmark that or have it for your own viewing purposes, you won't find that on my System Basketball YouTube channel. Tomorrow night, we're doing pack line and switching. I'll put that in there if there's any newbies tonight. Let me put a link in here for you if you're interested in joining us. It's $9.99, gives you a copy of the video as well. You can get that right here. And go back to Zoom here, chat. We still have 5 spots available for our full course. We've done 4 courses. We're doing 12 sessions, and it's $69.99 for 12 of them. We're covering player development, advanced techniques. We've already gone over how to implement versus pressure, practice planning, drills. Tomorrow night's pack line and switching. Thursday night's versus zone. Since we've combined the two, we're going to add a section that you don't know. We're going to add variations of dribble drive. So 5 out, 3 out, 2 in different ways that you can run it to fit your personnel. And then we have advanced. And then we also have the last 2, which I think will be really good for people, is the player development. You've learned all about it. You got drills, you got practice planning. Now, how do you develop your players within the system? That's our last 2. So I got 5 more at the $69 price if anybody is interested, and that is here. So, because it's gonna, we opened it early for people and gave different prices. And once we sell the 5, we're going to close the full buys and make people pay a little bit more if they want it. So there you go. Let's go. I'm here. I'll go about 20 minutes or so if you want to ask me some questions on the press or any of the game film that you saw tonight, or any questions about the course if you have any. But I hope you got something. If you got something, could you let me know in chat anything that you learned tonight or a takeaway that you got from tonight? It helps for feedback from me for when we're putting these courses together. Like what you liked, what you don't like, what we should add, or what you would like us to add, stuff like that. Because we're learning with it too. Because everybody's learning curves at a different spot right now. I'm learning stuff about it every day. Only personal driven. Okay. Flip action. Yep. Craig, to answer your question about gap drills in practice, you're referring to bled drills as gap drills? Are you still here?
What
What are you referring to as gap drills?
Yeah, I'm always looking for different way. My gap drills. Gap drills to me are like you do like a 1-4 drill, or you do a 1-2-4, like no defense, just working on different actions, and you'll make a call whether it's, you're going to do a drag out of it, or you're going to do a kick up or a kick back or whatever. So I get that, but I'm always looking for competitive drills to emphasize this action of getting guys to drag behind the attacker and getting guys to cut hard. So if there are any competitive drills that you do where those kinds of actions are emphasized, because we get a lot of good looks when guys do drag behind the attacker, but they don't drag behind the attacker enough. Like a lot of times our guys just stand after that guy crosses the free throw line.
I don't think this is worked on enough. Okay. 1-5-4, right? Just a 3-man drill.
Yep.
So you may rehearse it a little bit, like you said.
Yep.
But get to 3-on-3 with it. And basically say, you're starting like this. So if he drives here, what does that make 5 have to do?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Or you can incorporate, you're just making them play. So it could start off, tell him he's not allowed to do through cuts. He's allowed to do nails or loops, or blurs.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Don't let him go to the 2 corner.
Yep. I like it.
So now you're in this loop action, right? So now the 5 guys the hardest to train, and I agree with you, and it helps me to bring this up because we're always playing blood drills, right?
Yep.
So this kid's the hardest player, in my opinion. There's 2 things that are hard to train, and I'm going to show kind of maybe both of them real quick. So now if you're in here, he had to do a loop, and now you're forcing him to get back into a drag, right?
Yep.
Or you're playing. So now today in practice, you're saying, okay, we're going to work on the plan pack. So now you make your pass across. You make your point guard do a loop, and now he drives, and now you're forcing your point guard to get in this loop action, or this drag action, or Euro action, whatever. What do you call it? You call it Euro drag? What do you call it?
Well, I just call that the action where the 5 is coming back is a drag to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's typical. But I play a lot of 3-on-3, 1-5-4.
I like that. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I like that because you got them in those spots where they have to do that, and then that'll emphasize that.
Because now it emphasizes this to you, Craig.
Yep.
Get to the rack or get to the drop. Stay away from this draggy zone. Because if he gets here, right, this is the hardest thing to train. Let me excuse my diagrams, guys. I hope it's okay. So he just beat the gap, right? So he's going like this, right? And once he passes elbow or free throw line, now he's back into a drag, correct? So he had to come across for a kickback and then go back. That is so hard to train. Kids will a lot of times just stay over here on the opposite side. But the rule for me is if he gets to this rack zone and doesn't shoot it, that's our release. right back to him. So it's so in that action, see if I can do it. So he's coming, and 5 goes like this, right? And then let me clear it. Annotate, whiteboard. Clear. Okay. So 1 is here, and 5 is here on his drive.
Yep.
And it forces your 4s now to learn how to relocate too, right?
Yep. Yep.
Because the hardest thing for a 4, say he picked it up in the drop. The hardest thing to teach a 4 is relocate and then tee up, right?
Yep.
That's the hardest one. It's the easiest to get your drop 3 on, but it's the hardest to train. But if he doesn't have that, let's clear it. And he gets, so now if your guy's in here, your 4 should be sealing, teaching that cleanup technique. And now he broke the free throw line. Now your 5 should be coming back in a drag. So now if he's in the rack zone, he doesn't rack it, he doesn't dump it. His only option is where? Back. And that also starts training your players. If I'm in the rack zone, I'm playing behind me, or I'm playing here, or I'm playing here.
Yep.
I'm not playing here. And the easiest thing I would say, so if you started adding the players like we do,
Yep.
if your kid throws the ball here in practice, turnover, put the ball down, go the other way. You can't do that in a game.
Right.
But if you're being competitive with it and you're keeping score and emphasize stuff.
Right.
Like in this, if he hits him in a drag in your points, say, you hit it, we didn't score, I'm giving you a point because you made the right read.
Yep. I know that's what Vance always says too. He always says, he emphasizes it by just calling it a turnover if they don't do it. If they don't cut hard, it's a turnover. If they don't drag behind hard, it's a turnover. I mean, I know that's what he always says.
It's tough because we've gotten softer. I've gotten softer.
Right.
The way I coach this team, Craig, if I put another team up,
Yep.
Kurt will be like, oh my God, look at the shots you're taking. Like, we're not so key in 3 mentality.
Right.
Did my team take bad shots? Yeah, but it was usually either at the rim or 3-pointers. You didn't see any, like, 15-footers. Now with the aspect of pack line and switching, I allow my best 2 players to do pull-ups.
Yeah.
The reason why? They can make them.
Right.
The rest of the kids, but it causes me problems because they see them taking it.
Sure.
So they go, well, if they're allowed to take it, why can't I? Or the minions in the stands, the parents.
Right.
Well, he lets him take it.
Yep.
So I hope that helped you.
Yeah, no, that helped. That's great. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you.
All right. Always one thing, right, to hopefully take away. All right. So saw a great one like that. Maybe Alonzo shoots 3-on-3. Correct. I like to play 3-on-3 like I mentioned the other night. So now you can have one coach. So you only have 12 kids on your team. You got one section playing, you got another section playing, and you can play twice. You can say, bring the winners together. So whoever won at the one end, whoever won at the other end, plays on championship hoop for the day. Then the 2 losing teams play, and whoever went 0 for 2 has lines. Whoever went 1-1 or whatever has an up and back. Team that won claps it up, does nothing. So make it as competitive as you can. So that's what I kind of had tonight. Went a little longer, but that's just me. I like to ramble and teach a little bit. So, but I hope you guys got something. If you could give me a little feedback before you head out, let me know. There's only 8 people in here. So So I know I'll see Sam in his nice chair tomorrow night. Craig's. I know certain people, as long as they don't have anything coming, I think we've had a few diehards that have made all 4 sessions. So, so I hope you're getting a lot out of it. We're having fun doing it too. So.